seeing here, especially inside of this game, are the round starts. They're so incredibly intensive, and you really get to see who the character and what the player is thinking when they go in here. Both characters choosing to take a relatively aggressive start, just kind of feeling each other out as soon as they come in. A couple of touches out, come out, and Batman's already at 40% this early inside of the game. Now, Cromulus stage has 2 hazards on each side, both breakable walls, but they do create for some pretty nasty combo opportunities.
Yeah, Z is taking full advantage of right there, virtually untouched at the moment. And when Batman with the back against the wall, he's going to be feeling that in the morning. But okay, we got an opportunity, but oh no, the battering combo doesn't really quite come through. So we're starting to see a lot of grapples come out from MDizzy. They started off a little bit patiently, but now it looks like they're kind of chomping at the bit to get in there. Can't blame
them. You really have to be careful on a stage like this. Batman's bread and butter, is, of course, as everyone knows, his side air, which is a fantastic tool inside of the air to stop you from approaching, especially when you're able to wave dash. Now Wonder Woman's looking for an up air to secure that, wasn't able to, despite being at 101%, just kind of missed it a little bit, and we're not going to see very many more of these up airs. Even though that did secure a knockout, you gotta be dangerous. These stages are very, very large, and it's incredibly difficult to finish off a combo like that. Wonder Woman can't rely on those up airs to save. Woo! Beautiful dare there. Backflip by Batman for that final knockout. One more will secure either one of them this part of the game.
Yeah, and that was amazing from MDizzy because, I mean, Wonder Woman's one of the heavier characters in the game, so to get such an early knockout, especially after being that far behind, has to be huge for morale. But what I like about Z, using some of that experience that we saw last week, being able to just keep themselves composed, saying, okay, you got me early, now it's time for me. Oh wait, don't let it happen to you! Oh, wait, won! Z won! Oh my
moment.
Goodness.
In time right there. Literally, if we had the opportunities to go to slow mode at any point in time, you could see it at MDizzy's face. He's like, was that intentional? Did I was that
really
real?
That just happened to me.
Really? Okay. Do you agree we're not going back to Cromulus? Bet. Okay, cool. Cool. And I wouldn't either, but yo, congratulations to Z for that victory. That was very, very nice. I almost wasn't sure about which one, and I can't imagine that Z felt 100% secure in that either, because you can't see the grappling hook that low. It could have been either person's game if a grappling hook had come out again. I'm not 100% certain it was on cooldown, you know?
True. Yeah. I wasn't sure if Batman had the specials for it, but as soon as I saw that down air come out, I knew that Wonder Woman didn't have a lot of resources. I think MDizzy might have tried to go for a double dip right there, hit them with the down air twice, but didn't quite calculate the distance quite right, and ended up putting themselves a bit too deep in the blast zone, a little bit too early. So now we got ourselves a game number 2. It looks like, okay, looks like
just a button check, it appears, which is always a smart thing to take as a reminder. Players do obviously have rights. Know your player rights. You have a right to do a button check at any stage side of the set, and I'm happy to see both MDizzy and Z actively exercising their rights.
Exactly. You know, a lot of the finer details in bracket play aren't really quite explicitly outlined. Like, you know, before sets, you do have a couple minutes to like get there and kind of, you know, take a breath. And also in between sets and grands, you know, you can take a second to just recollect yourself, even ask for like a port switch if you need. Shout Sonic Fox. So, you know.
You can ask for a chair switch at any time. Now we are going straight into this game. Smokescreen immediately comes out, and Batman's already used the majority of his cooldowns. Everything's just sitting there waiting for it to come up. Interesting round start.
Yeah, it looks like MD's strategy is just trying to hit them hard, hit them fast, and, you know, make sure that they don't get a chance to play the game. And Z trying to swing second, but trying to swing as hard as possible. Oh, there's those 5 stacks a week, and you're going to be taking so much damage so quick. Or grapple not finding anything. And now Z has the opponent off stage, but great recovery right there from MDizzy.
I really like Z's movement here. Z's been doing fantastic at making sure to really lower the amount that he gets hit here, which is a complete change from what we saw last week. A lot more intentional movement in general. Last week we saw a lot of jumping, a lot of down airs and missed down airs specifically. This week we're not seeing as much. This week we're seeing more of Z kind of going to opportunities where you may be literally moving towards as opposed to playing more reactively, which is the type of adaptation I love to see from players.
Yeah, and now MDizzy's struggling to find a way back down the ground. Actually, interesting stuff. Okay, managed to get back on, only to get knocked out off the top with Z's down air. And uh-oh, this could be a bad situation. MDizzy.
Okay. Yeah, gotta be careful.
Okay, gets that dive kick right there. Doesn't Need a second one, gets that early knockout. Again, Wonder Woman's a heavier character. It's not easy to get those consistently. So big shouts to M. Dizzy, making those stocks fly away so quick.
It's really interesting. I'm not seeing as much wave dashing from this Batman in terms of approaching here. Obviously, Batman, very, very well known for being an incredibly light character, makes it very, very easy for him to approach against a character like this. It's interesting why he's choosing not to use that movement here. We do see Battering come out, not connect with anything, but fantastic little bit of damage out there on Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but also Z's Amazon shout bar is getting pretty full. If you block another armored hit, it should be pretty close to full, and then if you get caught off stage with that, you'll end up exploding so early. So
great dodge there to get behind her. Was it? See, I'm not a big fan of M. Dizzy not necessarily edge guarding there. That is the second time we saw this game, and it is securing. It is costing him very possibly this round.
Yeah, and it's a round that they don't have available to give up. Okay, Battering Explosion. Z's gonna have a hard time landing here, but okay, this down air could lead to something big. Looking for that, puts a little bit of charge on that side air, but not gonna find anything as Z fights back with a down air.
I like the thought with the whip there. Unfortunately, Batman didn't really fall down as low as Wonder Woman wanted. Just kind of trying to keep Batman inside of a range. Great armor attack there. Amazon Shout is full. It's just waiting for an opportunity to use it here. I don't know the thought process with that whip there. Maybe since the grappling hook incoming, maybe just being a little bit aggressive. I'm concerned that I'm starting to see Z go back into just general spamming tactics as opposed to very thoughtful movement as we saw early inside the set.
Okay, big opportunity here. Oh, didn't overshoot the side air, didn't quite trust it. Maybe thought M. Dizzy would try and jump into it instead of using the grappling hook. But the grappling hook has kind of been M. Dizzy's bread and butter. And it could be their undoing as, oh, that outplay was huge. That was so good right there from Z. Using the armor to get the hit out of the way and then absolutely blowing up that option afterwards. Great adaptation right there. M. Dizzy, so close to taking it to the bank, but Z just got in line a little bit earlier.
It's one of those things that I feel as though even though Z did ultimately play there, I wasn't necessarily convinced by the level of outplay that I saw inside of that final match. I almost feel like Z performed a little bit less cleaner than he had the match prior, and almost a bit of frustration against M. Dizzy, and I'm incredibly concerned about the integrity of Z's play moving forward into this bracket against stronger competitors. But who knows? Every single week is another opportunity, and maybe this is M. Dizzy's week for redemption as Z moves forward inside of this bracket.
Absolutely. It is a double elimination bracket, so it might be, we might see M. Dizzy a little bit later, but I do know that Z is going on to fight Sunfish, a Tom and Jerry player